Hello and welcome to the stock market analysis. Now let's continue to take a look at Nvidia. This is the daily chart of Nvidia. As you can see, we had a very large red bar here and then a kind of bullish hairline. And of course yesterday it went up, but today it kind of gapped up, but now it's trading at the lower band here. Now one of the reasons why it is red right now is because this support area here, support area once broken becomes a new resistance area, so it needs to absorb the resistance area here. That means if it goes up, probably it might need to fall a bit before going back up. So if we look at the 2-hour chart, you can see this area. It used to be a support where every time the stock went down, it found support, went down, found support, went down, found support. Eventually it broke, and now because the support is broken, it's become a new resistance area, and that's why we could see weaknesses in the stock. The hourly chart shows things a bit clearer. Okay, usually it's not a very good time to buy stocks if it's below the 60-minute 200 MA. Right, you don't want to be holding the stock for a few days. So this resistance area needs to be broken. Stock needs to go back above this resistance area. If not, it's just an oversold bounce, and eventually the stock might sell off and go even lower to the next support area, which is around here. Now, I don't kind of like stocks when they are below their 50 MA. Or the 20 MA. You can see things do very well when stock is above the 20 MA and 50 MA. Here it had an ascending triangle breakout. If you can see this ascending triangle, this was one of the best times to buy the stock from a daily chart point of view. And you can see that while it's trading above the 20 MA, things were good. While it's trading above the rising 50 MA, things were good. But after that, the 20 MA, the stock dropped below the 20 MA and dropped below the 50 MA, and soon we might have a bearish cross. Here we had a bullish cross in the stock. That's why it rises very well. And soon we might have a bearish cross. In and off itself might not mean it will fall straight to the 200 MA, but it does tell us to be careful that this rise might not be sustainable in April. Now, what I really want to do is to see the stock break above this downtrend line. I always want to see a stock that sold off, break above a downtrend line. Let's say it trades sideways to absorb this resistance area. When it trades above the uptrend line, then I know it's going to be sustainable. The rise will be sustainable. The stock might, after that, break up above 1,000. So unless it breaks above this downtrend line, you want to be careful, because it might mean that it can go lower. All right, but don't worry so much, because when the stock is above the rising 200 MA, this tells us that it's still long-term bullish. It's below the 50 MA and 20 MA. It tells us that short-term bearish on long-term strength. Okay, so eventually there might come a time where there's an area of value where you can buy the stock at a cheaper price, because it is at a long-term strength. Now, weekly chart point of view, it's kind of a bit oversold, and you want to use this big large candle, this red candle here, as a gauge. So by the end of the week, if it cannot trade above the top half of this candle, this red candle, then it can be bearish, and when it trades below this candle here, we might see it trade lower. So, but you see the construction of this chart is still in a long-term uptrend. It's still above the rising 20 MA, it's still above the rising 50 MA, it's still above the rising 200 MA. That means long-term wise, Nvidia is still healthy, it's still strong. You just want to look at where is the best area to buy on long-term strength but short-term weakness. Okay, we look at the 5-minute chart. Yes, it got kind of oversold the other day, and it bounced up, and then we had a bullish cross, and then the 20 MA and 50 MA was rising, and it was rising, and this was an oversold kind of bounce kind of buying. And today it gapped up, but this support area did not hold. You can see this support area. It sold off from a bottoming tail, but eventually the support cannot hold as it trades below this small uptrend line. Eventually sell off. Okay, now if the 200 MA does not hold, it cannot find support at the 5-minute 200 MA, we might see it selling off even further. Let me just show you seasonality of Nvidia. For those who do not know, you can go to stockcharts.com, look at the seasonality. In April, it's only closed 40% of the time higher, with an average loss of 3.5%. But in May, things are better for Nvidia, and also in June, July, and August. So you might want to wait a bit for the stock to end the trading month before really buying the stock at Nvidia. So at this moment, we are still sitting at this resistance area, and if the stock cannot overcome this resistance area, it has all the reasons to continue to sell off. So do look at this trend line. I hope that this analysis has been helpful to you. I hope that it guides you and help you, and I'll see you in the next one.